Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Career Prep. In this video, we'll solve a few problems on square seating arrangement. Square seating arrangement questions are one of the most frequently asked questions in the logical reasoning part of several government examinations. These questions are high scoring since they are straightforward to answer. Before we start, please subscribe to our channel. Also press the bell icon to get notification as soon as we post a new video. So let's start. Read the given information carefully and answer the questions. 8 students Arun, Tom, John, Vicky, Yatish, Bhavuk, Ritesh and Kumar sit in a square table. 4 persons sit in each corner of the table and 4 persons sit in each side of the table, but not necessarily in the same order. All are facing outside. Arun is the immediate neighbor of Kumar. Bhavuk does not sit third to the left of Tom, who doesn't sit at the corner. Bhavuk sits fourth to the right of Yatish. There are 3 persons between Tom and John. John sits third to the left of Vicky. 1 person sits between John and Kumar. Ritesh and Kumar are not immediate neighbors. So now it's given 8 students sit in a square table. 4 persons sit in each corner of the table and 4 persons sit at each sides of the table and all are facing outside. So first draw a square and mark 8 positions for the 8 students with arrows all pointing towards the outside. Now these positions have to be such that one person sits at each corner of the square and one person sits at each of the uh, sides of the square. Now the information, uh, Tom does not sit at the corner is direct information which helps us to fix the position of Tom. Now look for some continuation statement which refers to Tom. Proceed from that continuation statement to complete the seating arrangement. Now it's given Tom doesn't sit at the corner. So mark Tom in one of the sides of the square. So let this be Tom's position. It's given there are 3 persons between Tom and John. So clearly this will be the position for John. Only then there can be 3 persons between Tom and John. If you count from the right of Tom also, there will be 3 persons between Tom and John. And if you count from the left of Tom also, there will be 3 persons between Tom and John. So now we have this as Tom's position and this as John's position. This is the seating arrangement as of now. It's given John sits third to the left of Vicky. Now John can sit third to the left of Vicky only if Vicky sits here. If Vicky sits here, John will be third to the right of Vicky. So this is the position for Vicky. Mark Vicky here. Now John will be sitting third to the left of Vicky. One person sits between John and Kumar. Now this gives rise to 2 possibilities. Now Kumar can sit here or here. In either cases, there will be one person sitting between John and Kumar. So now we have 2 possible cases. Now let Kumar sit in this position. This will be case 1. Let Kumar sit in this position. This will be case 2. This is case 1 and this is case 2. It's given Arun is the immediate neighbor of Kumar. So in case 1, the immediate neighbors of Kumar are Vicky and this person. So the only place left for Arun is this position. So mark Arun here so that he can be the immediate neighbor of Kumar. In case 2, the immediate neighbors of Kumar are this person and this person. So now we have two positions where Arun can sit. Arun can sit either here or here. So now we have two possibilities in case 2. Now supposing Arun sits here as the immediate neighbor of Kumar, that will be case 2a. Supposing Arun sits in this position as the immediate neighbor of Kumar, then this will be case 2b. So now we have case 1, case 2a and case 2b. This is case 1, this is case 2a and this is case 2b. It's given Bhavuk sits fourth to the right of Yatish. Bhavuk does not sit third to the left of Tom. Now let's consider case 1. Bhavuk sits fourth to the right of Yatish. So now Yatish can sit either here, here or here. Supposing Yatish sits here, then fourth to the right of Yatish will be 1, 2, 3, 4. This position which has already been occupied by Arun. So Bhavuk cannot sit here. Now let's suppose Yatish sits here. Then fourth to the right of Yatish will be 1, 2, 3, 4, which has already been occupied by Kumar. So Babu cannot sit here. Supposing this is the position for Yatish, then fourth to the right of Yatish will be 1, 2, 3, 4, which has already been occupied by Vicky, and Babu cannot sit here. So case 1 is not possible. Case 1 is eliminated. Let's move on to case 2a. Now here Yatish can sit either here, here or here. Now if Yatish sits here, then fourth to the right of Yatish would be 1, 2, 3, 4, where Vicky is already sitting and Babu cannot sit in this position. Supposing Yatish sits here, then fourth to the right of Yatish would be 1, 2, 3, 4, where Arun is already sitting. So Babu cannot sit in this position. Supposing Yatish sits here, then fourth to the right of Yatish would be 1, 2, 3, 4, where Kumar is already sitting. So Babu cannot sit in this position. So clearly case 2 is not possible. Case 2a is not possible. So case 2a is eliminated. Let's move on to case 2b. Now Yatish can sit either here, here or here. Now supposing Yatish sits here, then fourth to the right of Yatish will be 1, 2, 3, 4, where Kumar is already sitting. So Babu cannot sit in this position. Supposing Yatish sits here, then fourth to the right of Yatish will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So Bhavuk can sit in this position. But it's given that Bhavuk does not sit third to the left of Tom. Now third to the left of Tom will be 1, 2, 3, this position. So clearly Bhavuk cannot sit in this position. So this is not the place for Yatish. So clearly the only place remaining for Yatish is this place. So mark Yatish in this position. So fourth to the right of Yatish will be 1, 2, 3, 4, this position. Mark Bhavuk in this position. So this is the seating arrangement in 2B. So this is the seating arrangement as of now in case 2B. It's given Ritesh and Kumar are not immediate neighbors. Now, the only position left for Ritesh is this position. So, mark Ritesh in that position. Clearly, Ritesh and Kumar are not immediate neighbors. So, that condition is satisfied. So, now we have the final seating arrangement as this. So this is the final seating arrangement for the given problem. This is the final seating arrangement for the given problem. Let's answer the given questions based on this final seating arrangement. 4 of the following 5 are alike in a certain way and hence form a group. Which of the following does not belong to the group? You are given 5 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So you have to find the odd one out here. Option A is Arun. Arun sits at the corner of the table. Option B is Vicky. Vicky sits at the corner of the table. Option C is Bavuk, and Bavuk also sits at the corner of the table. Option D is Yatish. Yatish also sits at the corner of the table. Option E is Ritesh. Ritesh sits at the side of the table. So clearly, Arun, Vicky, Bavuk, and Yatish form a group because they are sitting at the corners of the table. Ritesh is the odd one out who is sitting at the side of the table. So the correct answer is E, Ritesh. Tom is related to Kumar in a certain way, just like Bhavuk is related to Arun. Then in the same way, John is related to which among the following? You are given 5 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now Tom is related to Kumar in a certain way and Bhavuk is related to Arun in the same way. Tom and Kumar. Tom is here and Kumar is here. So Tom sits second to the left of Kumar. Bhavuk and Arun. Bhavuk is here and Arun is here. So Bhavuk sits second to the left of Arun. Now we have given John. So John sits second to the left of Ritesh. So the correct answer is option A, Ritesh. Who among the following sits fifth to the right of Kumar and immediate right of Ritesh? We are given 5 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So you are asked to find out who sits fifth to the right of Kumar and immediate right of Ritesh. So Kumar is here and fifth to the right of Kumar will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Vicky. Fifth to the right of Kumar is Vicky and Vicky is also to the immediate right of Ritesh. So the correct answer is option E, only Vicky. This is the final seating arrangement for the given problem. Let's answer a few more questions based on this final seating arrangement. Which of the following person sits between John and Kumar? You're given 5 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So you are asked to find out who sits between John and Kumar. John and Kumar. So Arun sits between John and Kumar. So the correct answer is option C, Arun. Which of the following persons sits opposite to the one who sits second to the right of Ritesh? You're given 5 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So you have to find out who sits opposite to the one who sits second to the right of Ritesh. The person who sits second to the right of Ritesh is Tom and the one who sits opposite Tom is John. So the correct answer is option B, John. Read the given information carefully and answer the questions. 8 friends P, Q, R, S, T, U, V and W are sitting around a square table in such a way that 4 of them sit at the 4 corners of the square while 4 sit in the middle of each of the 4 sides. The ones who sit at the 4 corners face the center while those who sit in the middle of the sides face outside. P, who faces the center, sits third to the right of V. T, who faces center, is not an immediate neighbor of V. Only one person sits between V and W. S sits second to the right of Q. Q faces the center. R is not an immediate neighbor of P. So now it's given 8 friends are sitting around a square table in such a way that 4 persons sit in each corner of the table facing the center, and 4 persons sit in each of the sides of the table facing outside. So first draw a square and mark 8 positions such that there are 4 positions at the corner of the squares, one in each corner. Mark these positions with arrow pointing towards the center. Mark 4 positions at the sides of the square, one in each side. Mark these positions with arrows pointing outside. The information P who faces the center sits third to the right of V is direct information which helps us to fix the positions of P and V. Search for a continuation statement which refers to either P or V. Proceed from that continuation statement to complete the seating arrangement. So now it's given P who faces the center sits third to the right of V. So V has to sit in the side so that third to the right of V will be this position for P, and here P can face the center. So P has to be in the corner facing the center and V has to be in the side. Only then this condition will be satisfied. Supposing V sits in the corner, then third to the right of V will be a position on the side of the square facing outside. So this cannot be P's position. So clearly V has to sit in the side of the square, and third to the right of V will be a position in the corner for P facing the center. T who faces center is not an immediate neighbor of V. So the immediate neighbors of V are this person and this person. So T cannot sit here or here. So the only position left for T is this position so that T can face the center. So mark T in this position. So now we know the positions of P, T and V. This is the seating arrangement as of now. Now it's given only one person sits between V and W. Now there are two possibilities. W can sit here so that there can be one person between V and W, or W can sit here so that there can be one person between V and W. So let's place W here so that there is one person between W and V. This is case 1. Let's place W here so that there's one person between W and V. This is case 2. This is case 1. This is case 2. S sits second to the right of Q. Q faces the center. Let's consider case 1. There are only two positions for Q so that Q can face the center, either this one or this one. But if this is the position for Q, then second to the right of Q will be this position which has already been occupied by T. So S cannot sit here. So clearly this is the position for Q. So mark Q here. Then second to the right of Q will be this position for S. Now in case 2, again these are the only two positions for Q so that Q can face the center. But supposing Q sits here, then second to the right of Q will be this position which has already been occupied by T, and S cannot sit here. So this is not the position for Q. Clearly this is the position for Q. So let Q sit here facing the center, and second to the right of Q is this position for S. So the seating positions of case 1 and case 2 look like this now. This is case 1 and this is case 2. It's given R is not an immediate neighbor of P. So in case 1, R cannot sit here because he is not the immediate neighbor of P. So this will be the position for R, and the remaining position will be occupied by U. So mark R here and mark U here. In case 2, there are only two positions remaining, this one and this one, on either sides of P, but R cannot sit in either of these positions because R is not an immediate neighbor of P. So case 2 is not possible. Case 2 is eliminated. So we have case 1 as the final seating arrangement. This is the final seating arrangement for the given problem. Based on this final seating arrangement, let's answer the given questions. Which of the following statements is true regarding R? You are given four options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So you are asked to find which of the following statements is true regarding R. Now option A says R is an immediate neighbor of V. But the immediate neighbors of V are Q and S. So option A is not true. Option B says R faces the center. But here R is facing outside. So option B is not true. Option C says Q sits third to the left of R. Third to the left of R is 1, 2, 3. So P sits third to the left of R, not Q. So option C also is not true. Option D says R sits exactly between T and S. Here R sits exactly between T and S. So option D is correct. So the correct answer is option D. R sits exactly between T and S. What is the position of T with respect to V? You are given four options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So you are asked to find the position of T with respect to V. Option A says T sits fourth to the left of V. Fourth to the left of V is 1, 2, 3, 4. U sits fourth to the left of V, not T. Option B says second to the left. T sits second to the left of V. So second to the left of V is this position. R sits second to the left of V, not T. So option B also is not correct. Option C says T sits second to the right of V. Second to the right of V is this position. W sits second to the right of V, not T. So option C also is not correct. Option D says T sits third to the left of V. Third to the left of V, 1, 2, 3. So T sits third to the left of V. So option D is correct. The correct answer is option D, third to the left. Who sits second to the left of Q? You are given four options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So you are asked to find out who sits second to the left of Q. Second to the left of Q is this position and P sits second to the left of Q. So the correct answer is option C, P. This is the final seating arrangement for the given problem. So based on this final seating arrangement, let's answer a few more questions. Who sits third to the left of V? You're given four options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So you're asked to find out who sits third to the left of V. Left of V, 1, 2, 3. The T sits third to the left of V. So the correct answer is option C, T. 4 of the following 5 are alike in a certain way based on the seating arrangement given and so form a group. Which is the one that does not belong to that group? You are given 5 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find the odd one out. Option A is R. So R faces outside. Option B, W. W faces outside. Option C, V. V faces outside. Option D, S. S faces inside. Option E, U. U faces outside. So clearly R, W, V and U sit at the sides of the square table facing outside and they form a group, whereas S sits at one of the corners facing inside. So S is the odd one out here. So the correct answer is option D, S. Viewers, please go through this video till you have understood the concept clearly. Practice more such problems to increase your speed and also to be perfect with the concept of directions facing inside or outside and also with the right and left sides when a person faces inside or outside. Also watch our video for solved problems on the topic rectangular seating arrangement. If you have liked this video, please like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.